magical friends. Welcome to another psychic tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled N-A-T-A-L-E-E, as we open up the energies of your download with the tarot. Okay, tuning into the collective energy here, I'm picking up a lot of symbolism. I'm getting, there's one purple car, and then I thought, okay, well, all right, let's move on to the next thing, and then another purple car. So there's two purple cars, what looks like the White House, and the last one, there's this favorite hiding spot. So this feels like it could be like at the back of a closet. And I don't know if you can hear this cat. When I'm doing psychic work, I had some Zooms today. This cat is like all up here. So if you can hear her meowing, that's, I don't know what it is. Matt Fraser's cat's the same way. When he's channeling mediumship stuff, talking to deceased ones on the other side, the cats are all around. Symbolism. So very much the symbolism. And so these elements, I'm not sure what it has to do with anything. I'm just a messenger. We're going to open this up and see what messages want to come out. What message? So it's the two purple cars, the White House, and then this favorite hiding spot that feels like it feels like it's at the back of a closet where it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in the way, but there's not. Like maybe it's disorganized looking to the naked eye, but maybe it looks disorganized to the naked eye. Guys, can you tell how in love I am with my hair? It's getting so long. You know, maybe it looks disorganized, and this is not just like your regular grungy, but before I put this down, Eight of Swords, we're going to talk about it, and the Six of Wands is your first position, but this is in solidarity. Just don't mind the stains or the little hole or anything like that. Yes, solidarity. Okay, so it's a whole thing. My guild is gonna, I voted yes for the strike authorization, and then the guild I'm trying to get into is currently on strike, so hold it together as long as it takes. As long as it takes. Over taking a bad deal. Don't want to settle for a bad deal. As long as it takes. Okay. So it feels like it's at the back of a closet, like it looks disorganized, but you can kind of see or know the way through. And your first position, Eight of Swords with the Six of Wands. That's a lot of, you know, this is almost like when you are a toddler and you think you're getting away with something, or you think that, you know, the adults or the grown-ups cannot see something, but it's completely overt, and you believe you're being covert. There's either a fear of something showing or a weakness showing, and it's not. This is much more likely just some kind of insecurity about a blind spot. If it's, I'm not getting that it's a real blind spot. We're going to open that up. We shall open it up, and we're going to take a deeper look. I'm just saying it doesn't immediately feel like it's anything to really worry about. Sort of like the only thing to fear is fear itself type of energy. So I wouldn't. Let's keep going. What else is coming up? I'm going to try to get this on camera so you guys can see the poppers. Oh! Right in my lap. Okay, I'm not, it's a big glob. I'm not taking the whole glob, but it is, we're going to take the Knight of Pentacles. It's a strong position. It's very strong. See, you have some kind of worries or fears. Maybe you are interfacing more with the public and you're sort of concerned. Maybe you are taking a more hands-on approach to some volunteer work that you're doing, or, you know, there's something maybe where you're feeling a little bit more visible or vulnerable than you are comfortable with. You don't have to be concerned about that. Whatever you're already having set in motion continues. So we're gonna open it up. We're gonna open this up more, but just know that you're doing well. You're doing quite well. Thank you. I will take all of these. There's only 3. Very emotional. It's the Four of Cups and Temperance and the Queen of Cups. Interesting. I really like this energy. For you, there's someone around you. The first position is always you. So you're the main character. This is you right here. Concerned. Maybe that your blind spot is showing, that something is showing. That's for all of us. That's our 12th house. The 12th house is what everyone can see that you cannot see about yourself. So, you know, there may be something that you're afraid of showing that is maybe or maybe not. We'll open it up. But this over here, I like this person very much. They're very emotionally mature. Yay, praise the Lord. They're emotionally mature. They take a very measured, thoughtful, balanced approach, and they know how to say no to what's not good for them. This is why they're so emotionally mature and well. Why they're so good at taking care of themselves is because they know what to say no to. We'll do one more position. Just one more. Thank you. What's this popper? It's Judgment. It's not a tumor, it's a headache. Bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. I love Arnold so much. Justice. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Overall, there is something about the White House. What is that? I don't know if it's actually the White House. It could just be a house that's in that style. Okay. It's those columns. Maybe it's just columns. A house with columns. There's something on hold. There's something on hold. It's a really... it looks like you just sort of have to wait. You're at some sort of... you may be mentally sort of disturbed about this, where you're sort of in between a rock and a hard place. So you just got to hold on. I keep getting my Churchill Lincoln quotes mixed up. One of them said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And one of them said, if you're holding on at the edge of the rope, if you're at the end of... I fucked that one up. If you're at the end of your rope, hold on. I'm not going to edit that. So overall, you're at the end. Technically, I don't really let people relax about Mercury retrograde until Mercury has left the sign that it's stationed in. So technically for us, we have a little bit of time. Keeping our dignity intact here. Yeah, you've just got to hold on. And the new beginning, or this new thing that you can start, it's there. It's really great too. Like something about these, I really like these. It's a good feeling. It's a good positive feeling with these columns. So again, I don't know if that's like physical, that you're going to see them. I feel like you're going to see the purple cars. That feels like omens. And remember, we read the omens here. Okay? Omens and signs are repetitive. You see it pulsed like a lot. And it's not just something simple that could be attributed or misinterpreted, or, you know, confirmation bias. It's not really that. It's something unusually more active than what that explains. Okay? Or it's very specific, or it's, you know, really in your face, that kind of, you should feel the difference. There's a drastic difference. So there's something with the two purple cars with that, and something about these columns. Okay, anyway, that's on the back burner. Don't worry about it. Mentally put it on the shelf and move on with your life. Let's start opening this up. Let's take a look at the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. if you are worried about support, this, this is like you're worried about, maybe not so much as a blind spot, but you're worried about, if you're worried about the minds or the mental states of your supporters, your entourage, this is someone riding the victory parade. This is like, I see that scene in Alexander where Colin Farrell's like, ah, like, ah, like all in the glory about it. Like that's this pictogram in the tarot. So, if you're worried about that, or if you're worried about your people, if you're worried about the people you are leading, if you are worried about, if that, when you're a leader of a community, when you're a leader of a tribe, a family, if you are in that position or ever have been in that position, you either kind of really step into it, or you very much sort of resent it and buckle underneath it, under the pressure of it. There's a certain amount of healthy stress that we carry when we are leaders in community, in our personal lives, and to hold that tension and to hold that stress, it's part of the gig. It's part of the gig. Like a director carrying the film, all of these decisions. I could rapid fire answer all of those questions. I know it's so clear. I feel like when I'm done writing a script, it's like the movie's already done. The show's already shot. It's like down to all of the little details. So, it's like, but to do it, to physically do it, is a whole other thing. To actually make it, and deal with all of the potential unintended consequences of all these little itty bitty decisions, from the macro to the micro and reverse and all that stuff. So I feel like if it's more like that for you, then you don't have to really worry. You're just tweaking out a little bit. Don't need to tweak out. Let's take a look. Tell us more about the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Thank you. And get these guys back together again. And there's two. Lovely. See, this is exactly what you want to see for energy like this. The Four of Swords and the Star. This is mental healing, peace, meditation. Oh my God, you guys. This is another thing that came up during the Mercury retrograde. What is this? I have it really close at hand because it's very recent. Alien Healing Star. This is the Alien Healing Star. Okay. This came up on the Patreon. It's a really lovely community. Very magical beings. So this is like healing from an element, from something so foreign and different and unusual that its only effect can be healing to your mentality. So if you just like open your mind and be honest with yourself about how open-minded you're being. Okay, I remember growing up, my father would try to do that, getting me to eat things, and Natalie, keep an open mind. Immediately when he would start, my mind would shut, just clamp down. Okay, so let's just all be honest with ourselves about what that feels like. Just remember when you did that, when someone was like, hey, keep an open mind, and you were like, no, remember that feeling. Remember what that felt like. Because whether this reading for you is for this week ahead, 10 days, 12 days, 2 months, 2 years, I don't know. I'm not the timing psychic. I barely understand what day I'm in. It's coming up for you. If you're worried about how you look to people, what people are saying about you, your audience, your community, your family's friends, your whomever, they are keeping you in this helmet of a perpetuating program that's running itself when they're not physically there with you. And this right here is healing that, where you break out of that construct. But you have to be able to be honest with yourself about whether your mind is open or not open. when you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with other people. And when people cannot be honest with you, don't take it personally, because it means that they cannot be honest with themselves. I just want you to be able to be honest with yourself about this so that you can walk forward into owning it, taking real ownership of this, and then you'll have access to the healing. It's peaceful, it's meditative, it's lovely, it's calm, it's mentally calm. But you got to release yourself from it. It's not anything that's holding on to you. You right now, there's something that you feel like has got its grip on you mentally, but it's not true. That's the fallacy, that's the lie. That's the blind spot. So you don't have anything to worry about. Let's move on. Let's take a look at the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, I thought that was on camera. Sorry. Okay, you've got some more cups, a lot of cups. You have the Knight of Cups, Romeo, 10 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like you're very happy with one relationship in particular. Something about this connection is showing some of the fruits to you. It's showing some results. It's showing some I almost want to say it's turning some profits. Oh man. Okay. But it's showing something. It's like when you plant the seed and then later on you see, you know, what's going on with the seed and you're either happy or you're not happy. This is like it sprouted, it broke ground, and now it's like it's being beautiful and you're very pleased with it. But this is a relationship. Well, that's nice. That's nice. There's something kind of strange about that. I don't know what it is specifically. I don't know what that is, but there is something like you're checking in. I don't know if you're like getting to know someone, or you're doing like a relationship check, like how do I feel about this, or how do they feel about me, or like what's going on. Sorry. Okay. Let's take a look at this person. I like this person a lot. The Queen of Cups, Temperance, and the Four of Cups. You lucky duck. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So for some of you, there could be, I'm so used to saying this week because I do the weeklies over on Patreon for all 12 zodiac signs. This is someone that could represent an entirely new financial path for you, but I am feeling, and I'm getting this weightedness with it, where to embrace this new path would mean surrendering and letting go of the old one. It'd be a very conscious decision. But it's with someone who's very like balanced. I don't know if they just don't drink or something, or if they're sober. Maybe they became sober. I could never handle hangovers. I was always terrified of alcohol. Maybe there's some, but there could be something like something just very sober about them, or very maybe spiritual, but it's more like they're just like, maybe they're just someone that doesn't like alcohol, or doesn't like anything that disturbs them emotionally. That's really more what it's about. It doesn't have to be about alcohol. They're very careful to, they really prioritize their state of being. This feels like someone that is really careful with themselves. Maybe previously they could have, you know, not been that way and paid the price for it. But whoever they are now, however they come to you now, you have an opportunity with this person to really build something solid and stable. It looks like a financial opportunity, very special. because the ace, you know, falls in this protected garden with this little, you know, gated entrance, so to speak, sort of thing. And so, never mind. You might say that they're easygoing. You might say that they're laid back. You might say that they're chill. You know, but I'm getting them inside. I'm feeling them. I'm feeling what it's like to be this person. And they just feel very self-protective of their peace. They prioritize that. So you got a great start with this person. Could be a really solid friend, could be someone you meet in any context. So what you really decide to build off of it, off of this connection, kind of relationship you want, is totally, you know, you've got that option. It's coming up. There might even be an opportunity to make some kind of commitment. So for some of you, this is like you're falling in love, or you're getting to know someone, or becoming more serious with someone. That would definitely be like the next step. Like you're taking the next step with someone who you can kind of trust to be emotionally stable. Okay, Judgment. Dun 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 dun. All right. Ooh, goodness, I'm trying to. Oh. Okay, that was very dramatic. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the World. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords. We've got the Emperor and the Sun. Yeah, and then we've got just a couple of more. And look at, even Judgment came up right there. Okay, so we've got, I'll take all these. The Hermit, excuse me, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Five of Wands. And then I'm going to take this because this is the card that we're opening up. Judgment. Interesting, fancy way to pop out of there. Give me a moment. There's a lot of cards here. Something else is going through a lot of highs and lows. I don't know if they're connected. I feel like this is more so connected with your first position, with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. This feels sort of like you're shifting into an acknowledgement of your own power. Whereas before, you might have been sort of uncomfortable being powerful. I feel like this is someone that doesn't really like to be a manager of other people, or someone that doesn't really feel comfortable telling people what to do, or doesn't really want that responsibility. And something about this kind of redefines what being a leader means, or being the head of a household, what that means, or being a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, a sister, a brother, a boss, what being a boss means. Just some kind of, and it doesn't have to even be some kind of huge title or something, but it's like some kind of, like the power that goes with the identity. So you're using all these different parts of yourself differently. And yes, it does, especially, you know, especially when we have people that are like observing us like day to day. You know, it's weird because that's different than someone that we see once a month and they see how we've progressed, or someone that we see once every 6 months or once a year, and they can see the growth in us. So, you know, or the changes, whatever they happen to be. So this is, I just want you to have like a decent perspective on yourself and looking at your own growth, looking at your own progress, because you're graduating. And I just want you to have a great graduation. And this could even for some of you, this could even be some kind of change with your friends. It depends on who these supporters, who are you nervous about? Is it like your friends or your parents' friends, your spouse's friends, your boyfriend's friends, your girlfriend's friends, you know, who, or is it your pastor, or is it your the PTA, or you know, there, it's like, yeah, that's part of what you're releasing of yourself, to be very free. The Fight Club, watch Fight Club, and you know, don't take it like super seriously, just watch it and get the gist of it. um it's like the things you own end up owning you. It's the same thing, same concept. So you know, don't, you're having some kind of big moment, some kind of internal shift, identity, and like allowing yourself to use your power, and you know, maybe freshening up your social circle. And you know, it's like maybe you'd rather go to some dinner parties with like different kinds of dinner parties, or different, you know, kinds of people, or you decide that you want to be exposed to a different person, or different type of person, or different types of people, or you know, that's part of this as well. But there's another really great person here too. What about this person? You have another person. You have one, two, you have at least two prominent people in this situation that are helping you. One is like a very emotional support, very even, like you can really trust them to like, if there's anything that relationships need room to grow. They need room to make mistakes. They need room to, for everyone to learn and grow independently and together. This is someone that you can count on, that they will never throw something back in your face. They will not bring up things from the past. They will not, they really let things go when they say they let them go, because they have that kind of self-possession, that kind of self-mastery. So there's a lot of trust there. There's a lot of healing with that too. But there is a fear about like what people will think, or maybe a concern, or maybe even out of protection for this person. But that's, you don't really have to worry about like other people. And then this other person is a really great resource mentally, psychologically, or having some kind of clarity to help with you, help bring you some clarity, sort out the mind, mental stuff, perspective. Big decisions. You'll be okay. Let's get your guidance. But honestly, it looks like this whole thing is kind of like being weighted. It's waiting. It's like, so this doesn't feel like, whenever you tune into this reading in 2023, 2028, 2049, whenever, it's not going to be like right away when all of this comes to pass. So just let this seep into your subconscious mind, and when this all starts to kick off, it'll re-download the whole memory of this, and you'll know what to do and what to avoid. What is the guidance? Meditate and contemplate. And you've got these cards as your poppers. Communication is key. So you've got the best communication with this person right here. There might be some difficult things to discuss, but someone is really great at tackling them. You are good enough. Who else got this week for the Patreon? You are good enough. Very much so. Virgo, full moon in Virgo energy. That might be part of this whole fear of, I don't know, the people in your life or the public or something, or maybe this is something that you already overcame and this is just picking up from that moment. So if you already overcame caring what people think about you, if you already overcame all that stuff, then that's already happened. That's that part, and you've already been enjoying the mental healing and the calmness and the serenity that brings you. I gave it up in 7th grade. I went to like 6 different grammar schools in 8 years, and by 7th grade I was done. I was done trying to get these people to like me. I was done trying to fit in. I was maxed out, and I made a promise to myself forevermore. Kept it. There are still times when I'm just scooching myself and folding up my legs. There's still times when I absolutely you know, when there's highs and lows, but generally, like from a very strong place, like in my soul. And you know, like the more emotion you have when you make a promise to yourself or some kind of big commitment, like you know where you were, what you were wearing sometimes, or you know, like what was going on, like that moment that you make that decision, because it's got so much emotional content, so much emotional momentum behind that decision. So juice yourself up to tell yourself that you are good enough, and move on, move forward with your life. Enjoy it. Enjoy the earthly incarnational experience. That's the point for all of us, to create heaven on earth. And when we run into issues, that's our subconscious resistances. And that's why I love serving you guys, because you care about alchemizing them. You care about being better. You care about, you know, all of your shadow work. You're passionate about it. And I respect that. So you are good enough, very good enough. And step out of your comfort zone. That's like, I already talked about that for like 10 minutes already, stepping out of your comfort zone and really keeping an open mind, like being honest with yourself, open mind, because it frees you. You're not accessing that yet quite, because you're still keeping yourself entangled in something. And if you've already worked all that out, then you've got a great new relationship to look forward to. Looks more financial, doesn't have to be. For those of you, this could be like a higher level of commitment, like an engagement or a marriage or something, with someone that's like your emotional rock. Like they are so emotionally consistent. Now maybe they're very spiritual, or maybe they're very creative, but I'm getting like for sure emotionally. Okay. I love you guys. Take very good care. I will check in on you guys next week. And until that time, my loves, all of the links to all of the things are down below. And you know all of the rest of all of the things. Until next time, my dearies, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads and bodies.